welcome back to my channel. I wanted to share with you today some tips on how I keep my home organized and how I keep things running smoothly around here. I'll start with when my children come home from school. When they come in, they know where their bags go, they know where their lunch bags and their water bottles go, so everything is ready for me when I need to prepare their things for the next day. Usually I let them play after school. My oldest might have volleyball practice and I'll take her to that, and I just give them space to do things that they want to do. I don't really want them to come straight home from a full day of school and have to do their homework right away. So I give them a lot of opportunity and time to kind of do what they want to do, paint or play outside or whatever it is they want to do. Then after that, when it gets to be around dinner time, I start making dinner for them. We all sit down and we do have dinner together almost every single night, or go out to eat somewhere together. I think it's really important for families to have that time where they can get together and they can eat together and talk about each other's days and share things, and it's a really nice bonding experience for a family, so I always try to make sure that we do that almost every single night. We've eaten, we get into homework time, and this is the time where everybody gets their homework. We all go downstairs at the table and we work together. I will be packing lunches and signing planners and preparing things for the next day while they're working on their homework, and that way I'm right near them. If anybody has a question on their math or something, I'm right near them where I can help them. And while they're working and getting things done for the next day, I'm working and preparing their school things also for the next day. So that saves us time in the morning when we wake up. I do have a chore chart, and after we have done homework, my children do complete their chores. Now, I will post my chore chart and explain to you how I do that. I used to have an old way of doing things, and I have recently revised it, and it's working way better for me. So I'll explain that for you, and I'll also give you a little picture of what the chore chart looks like in case you'd want to make one up for your home. I'm also going to include a video about how I prepare things for their lunches ahead of time so that when I'm packing their lunch in the evenings, it's a lot easier for me. So after they've done any chores that they need to do, especially the playroom, that does get reset. The playroom's downstairs, and every night I ask them to just straighten it up and to make sure that it's clean and to clean up after themselves whatever messes they made throughout the day while they were playing. We go upstairs after that, and that's when we do our nighttime routine. So if like brushing teeth or combing hair, or I know my oldest daughter, she's really into her skincare now that she's almost a teenager, so if she has a little nighttime routine that she does, this is when she needs to do it. I also give my little one a bath, and they all have really curly hair, and I do still take care of the two youngest hair. The oldest one takes care of her own, which is a huge relief to me because it is a lot of work. They have very thick curly hair. But my youngest, after she gets a shower, to save myself some time in the morning, I will go ahead and part her hair down the middle. Say if she's getting pigtails or she wants to wear pigtails the next day, I'll part it ahead of time and put it in two little buns so that the next morning when she wakes up, I can just pull it out of those two little hair ties, comb it up a little bit, and bam, she has some pigtails in about 3 minutes. That saves me quite a bit of time, believe it or not. In the morning, I don't have to take a comb and try to go through all the tangles and everything. It's just done and ready to go. So I do that. We also lay out any clothes that they're going to wear for the next day. We pick out our outfits ahead of time. It does help that we go to a school where there are uniforms. I couldn't imagine having 3 girls and having to argue with them about their clothes every morning. So it's nice they have uniforms. We pick out our outfits ahead of time, and the next day, boom, we're ready. It makes it really, really nice. Other than that, I give them a chance to read, or they can watch TV for a little bit in their rooms, whatever, until it's about 8:30, and then everything goes off. Their phones are shut off, their TVs are shut off, their lights are shut off. They know there's no more talking. It's bedtime. This is the time where you settle down, you be quiet, and you go to bed. Sometimes I do read them a bedtime story right before then to settle them down. Of course, I always tuck them in and give them a big hug and try to leave them on a good note before they go to sleep. And then it's me time, so don't bug me, don't come to me with a million questions. This is the time where you all need to go to sleep, and they know that. So 8:30, they get about 10 hours of sleep per night, and they're well rested in the morning. In the morning when we wake up, because we've done so many things the night before, we don't have a lot of stress in the mornings. You know, we're not running around looking for things. I mean, we lay out everything. We lay out pants, shirts, socks, hair bows. We know what hairstyles we're doing. I am that detailed because it literally saves me probably a good 30 to 40 minutes in the morning. When we already know what we're doing, we're getting up and we're just doing it. Also, they can sleep in a little bit later because everything's already planned out and it really doesn't take us a lot of time to get ready. So when they get up in the morning, they just get dressed, they brush their teeth, we do their hair, everybody's getting ready. It takes about a half hour, and then we go downstairs. We have breakfast. I grab their lunch bags out of the refrigerator. I grab their water bottles. I give them to them. They put them in their bags, and pretty much everybody's ready to go. It only takes about 45 minutes in the morning for us to be totally ready to walk out the door. And I have found that when you are organized like this, your mornings go a lot better. I mean, you don't have there have been days before I started all of this where we were looking for socks and where's my shirt and where's my hair bow? You wore my hair bow last week. You wore that blue bow and now I can't find it. You probably lost it. And then there's arguments and people are at each other's throats, and then it stresses me out. Now I'm stressed out, and now I'm lecturing them on the way to school because they can't keep things organized, and I'm tired of all the chaos, and we're all just having a really bad morning and we're all stressed out. I have found that since I have implemented more organization in the morning when we get ready, it's smooth, everybody's in good moods, nobody's fighting. They even have time sometimes because we're so fast at our routine. They can sit down and maybe play on their Kindles, or they can play on their phones, or they can do something they enjoy doing before they're off to school. It's not where they're just rushed and they have no time and let's hurry up and go. We have 3 minutes to get there, and everybody's rushing out and they feel stressed and pressured, and none of that, because we were able to do so many things ahead of time and everything's so organized that in the morning it's just a nice, positive morning. We can have talks with each other, we can laugh and joke around, we can have fun, we don't feel stressed, we're not arguing and bickering, and I can leave them off at school on a positive note. It just affects so many different things that you don't really think about until you see the difference between a disorganized morning and an organized morning. So for prep for school lunches, I do need a little plastic basket. So I like to go to the Dollar Tree. They have a lot to choose from. Usually I get the rectangular ones, but you can choose whatever one you think will work best for you. Now you know I had to throw in a shameless Aldi plug in this video. All of these snacks here, I paid about $10 for them. If you went to Walmart or Meijer, you probably would pay around $18 to $20. So that is a significant savings. Make sure you check out the video that I did on Aldi's. I did go through the store and just show different prices and explain the things they offer. You can save a whole lot of money there. So this is the basket that I use. I have one also for sandwiches. You can put things in baggies, like little snacks. You can also put your sandwiches like bagels with cream cheese or peanut butter and jelly, or maybe ham and cheese wraps, whatever. Throw them in the fridge, and when you're ready to pack your kids' lunches, just get both of these baskets out and pick what you want and put them in their lunches, and you're all done. It's very convenient. So finally, here's the chore chart that I was talking about. Prior to this chart, I did have another system where each child had a different chore every day. It became very confusing and very hectic. A lot of times when they'd go to do a chore on a certain day, that chore was already done. So we had to borrow from the following day and do that chore, and then we got all out of whack and forgot what was done and what wasn't. And you know, at first when I wrote it all up, it seemed like, wow, we're going to get a lot done because each child has a different chore every day. But in reality, it just became very chaotic. It just was not effective. So I implemented this chore chart here. So instead of having one chore per day, and they change every day, they just each have 3 chores that they're responsible for at all times. So for example, I say, hey, I need the porch princess out here, and putting those little names on there, it's just a small thing, but you'd be surprised how excited they get about having these little cute names. So I call the porch princess and I tell her she needs to come out and straighten up the porch. She's little, so I have to remind her. The other kids pretty much keep up on their chores on their own, but with her I will remind her. So she comes out and straightens up the porch. That's all done. She's also the book butterfly, so she sees books around the house. She takes them back to the bookcases. She's the toy box turtle as well, so any toys that get spread out around the house or upstairs, she has to bring them down and put them in the toy box. Kylie's my table tween, so after we eat dinner, she does have to get a sponge and clean off the table and put everything away wherever it belongs, whatever sauces we might have had out, or maybe the Brita water filter water thing, she has to put that back. Just clean off the whole table so it's completely reset for the next time we need to use it. She's also the laundry lizard, so she helps me to sort the laundry and to put it away once it's clean. She's the trash troll as well, so she does go around and gather trash, or if she sees trash laying around somewhere, she is responsible to pick that up. Maya is the dusting diva. That's self-explanatory. So she's also the bathroom bae and the dish doll. So with them focusing on these 3 chores every day, it's really convenient because they get very used to what their responsibilities are. They already know their expectations. There's no conversations. There's no explaining what we need to do. They just go and they get their chores done. And then in the middle there, in the green, it's hard to see, but it says everyone is responsible for the playroom, of course. I already explained how we try to reset that every single night. And they're responsible for the hallway. For some reason, a lot of mess accumulates in the hallway. I don't know if people just pass by when they're going downstairs and just drop stuff. I have no idea. But that's like the meeting place for clothes and towels and toys, and it's just, it can really get pretty bad in there. So they have to take care of the hallway as well. And then their individual bedrooms, that is also their responsibility. I don't make them deep clean them every night, but they do have to keep them where they are straightened up. And then probably once every 2 weeks we go in and deep clean, or we throw clothes away they're not wearing, or we're going underneath their beds and we'll get rid of things that it's under there that doesn't need to be there, straighten up their bookcases, whatever. Just we go in and make sure that everything's cleaned a little bit more thoroughly. So there you have it. If you're interested in doing a chore chart like this, you can just use Microsoft Word like I did, plug in a little bit of word art, make it a little fancy and colorful so the kids like it, plop it on the front of your fridge, and there you go. So there are some ideas of how to manage your home and some tips on how to organize things. I hope you're enjoying my channel. Make sure you like and subscribe so you won't miss the next video.